Food gets its own special exhibit at the Milwaukee Public Museum. Global Kitchen, Food, Nature, Culture takes a closer look at what we eat and why we eat it. Michael Schlesinger has the dish.
It's part of everyday life. It's something that we all need.
When it comes right down to it, this is the definition of food. Obviously, it's something vital. So why wouldn't what we eat have its own special exhibit? Actually, it does. Through July 9th at the Milwaukee Public Museum.
We all interact with food on a regular basis, and it has way bigger implications for the world than we kind of think about. And I think this is a great time for us to kind of understand that a little bit better.
The exhibit itself is called Global Kitchen, Food, Nature, Culture. It takes a closer look at the food we put on our table and what's eaten in places all over the world. Here you can also go back in time and stroll through an ancient market, cook a virtual meal, and get hands-on in the demonstration kitchen. This is also where you learn about Food Science 101. Educator Margaret James shares just a sample of what you'll learn.
I learned that whole myth of where the taste buds are and they taste the certain tastes is completely a lie. I didn't know that before. Yeah, so fourth grade lied to me.
So what is it?
So instead of having different segments of your tongue that taste certain tastes, your entire tongue tastes all the tastes. It's just some parts of your tongue might be a little bit more sensitive to those tastes.
Why do they teach you that in fourth grade then, I wonder?
Because that's what we thought for a really long time. This was before we understood how our tongue really worked.
In class, you'll understand how even strawberries have a DNA. Macy Button explains.
So what we're going to be doing is actually extracting the DNA from a strawberry. So we took these strawberries and we smashed them up and we got something kind of like this, right? Kind of like a strawberry smoothie. And then actually to extract that DNA, we added our fancy schmancy extraction solution, which is actually something that you can probably make at your house too. It's just dish soap and salt and water. And so we mix that together, and that's going to help break open those cells of the strawberry. And now, what we can do is I'm going to let you strain that into our beaker.
Got it. Simple enough.
Simple enough. Yep, we've got the kind of not so great stuff up on top. Let that juice settle a little bit. And then that over here. And then to actually get that DNA out, I'm going to pour some ice cold rubbing alcohol down the side of the beaker and try not to spill. And we really want it to float on top. And you can kind of see that separation between the alcohol and that strawberry liquid. And in just a minute, you're going to see some kind of ooey gooey stuff coming up to the top. And that is the DNA.
And then there's understanding the concept of gluten in our favorite breads and why some might have a bad reaction to it.
What I've done is I've just taken some basic dough, flour, and water, and to isolate that gluten, it's a really scientific process. We just start rinsing it with cold water. And you can see as I start to rinse, we've got some kind of starchy, milky stuff coming off of this. And if I did this for long enough, you would actually see that it would shrink down in size and become this kind of a little bit different color, really stretchy. And this is actually the gluten itself.
And that's what's in your stomach.
That's what's in your stomach if you eat glutened bread. And so this actually is really helpful for bread because it helps it rise.
Right.
You can see it's really stretchy and it gives it kind of that fluffy texture.
It's the protein of the future.
Exhibit organizers also want us to think a little outside the box about what's nutritious for all of us, like bugs, crickets. After all, these critters are considered superfoods.
So we've got a whole bunch of different flavors on the plate today. We've got the roasted original, which is just cricket.
Okay.
And we also have the spicy cayenne pepper.
That's dedicated to Jessica Ty because she loves that. And which one's the one with the pepper?
The ones that are kind of rosy here. So those guys are the pepper ones.
All right, I'll do the, and the regular ones are like, that's the regular one?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just grab a couple and go. I'll do it with you.
Okay. Ready? 1,
Cheers.
2, 3. I'm imagining this is something crunchy like a sesame seed.
Yeah.
And with a little tang to it. And then one more. You know I take a lot for the team, you know that.
I can tell. That's great. Just a little dry, right?
Yeah. Do we have...
Do we have some water or something?
No matter what you like to eat, remember, you can't take it with you, at least inside the museum.
For most museums, food's not allowed in the galleries for the care and collections of our exhibits.
In the end, though, the hope is you'll take what you learn and use it in the real world, like the grocery store.
Lots of fruits and vegetables. That pyramid, I mean, try and stick to that. I think also knowing where your food's coming from is really important. So eating locally and eating all sorts of varieties of good food, fruits and vegetables is great.
And staying away from a box.
Staying away from a box, yeah. Always go on the outside of the grocery store. That's where all the good stuff is.